Hello everybody, happy Thursday, April 30th. I have got to get better at figuring out what the fuck the day is. Oh my god. It is just another day. Sorry, let's start my timer so I make sure I don't go over 20 minutes. Yeah, it's one of my days off today. Sorry that I'm another couple days late on getting a video out. Again, I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about, and this week I wanted to do a little bit of a, it's not a confession, but it's a something I want to open up about that I haven't talked about before, and which is quite shocking because I'm like 65 videos in or something like that now, and the fact that I haven't talked about something at this point is probably kind of weird, but there's something that I haven't told anybody before, and not even my best friend, and it's something that's not. I guess it's one of those things that it does affect me in certain ways. Actually, it really doesn't. I mean, it's kind of weird, and you'll figure out what I'm talking about in a second. But it's kind of weird that it just doesn't. It doesn't really affect me anymore, and it's something that I buried for a really long time. And it's just something I've been starting to think about again. It's not something that like I forgot about. It's just something that I buried and I just didn't want to deal with. I thought I had enough to deal with that this like particular issue. I was just like, nah, that's something I can just forget happened because it's not really that big a deal. But it is. And it's that. Okay, when I lived in the apartment that I lived in with my ex, ironically, this story has absolutely nothing to do with him. I liked giving guys massages, and that's not a euphemism. It's legitimate. I liked giving guys massages. I got good at it. I liked giving my ex massage, my ex. I liked giving my ex massages. It was just something I enjoyed doing. It was really relaxing for me. I was good at doing it. Back massages, neck massages were my thing. Like feet, I didn't really go around with, and like legs, I wasn't a masseuse or anything, or a masseur, or anything. It was just something I enjoyed doing, and I got good at it, supposedly. And I started inviting guys over who had who I found on Grindr, and it was not an exchange of like I'll give you a massage for sex, but that's what it kind of turned into after a while, was me giving them a massage and I had sex with them. That was not the intent, but that's what happened. That was a past life. I don't do that anymore. I was in a drunken phase of my life, had a pretty much whole year. But I guess the Grindr community figured out who I was and the fact that I lived in an apartment in kind of a shady part of Okra Village, and guys started messaging me out of the blue saying like, "Hey, I heard you give great massages," and I was like, "How do you know?" But it's like, "Yeah, I like giving massages," and they're like, "Cool, can I come over and get one?" I'm like, "Sure," because my mind did not work at that point in time. It's like had no filter of like red flag alert. This could be something sketchy. So I would have like random guys over to the apartment, and I would give them a massage and complete the transaction. It got to the point where I mean, I didn't have, it wasn't like 80 guys, it was maybe like 7, 8. And it wasn't sex is a form of sex. Anyways, I'm trying not to be too vulgar here. By the way, this video is going to be flagged for sure, because I'm going to have to flag it as inappropriate, because I cannot let younger people find this video. It got to the point where, okay, so where I was giving guys I was not having sex with them. I was giving you know what. Through here, not there. Anyways, that's what I was doing, and I started doing that a lot, and it got to like 9, 10 guys, and after like I lost count. After like the 10th guy, maybe something like that, somewhere in there, a guy came over and gave him a massage, and at the end he said, "Could you complete the transaction?" And I said, "I'm not up for that today." The guy was a dog. He was awful. He was ugly. I was like, "Nope, just the massage today for you." And he's like, "Well, that's not what I heard you do." And I'm like, "Well, it's not up to you. It's my body, my rules." And he's like, "Well, that's not what I came over here for." I'm like, "That was never, discussed at the beginning of, why you came over here. It said just massage." He's like, "Well, it was implied that, the end was going to result in something fun." I'm like, "No, it was not." I was like, "You need to leave my apartment," and he wouldn't leave, and I threatened to call the cops, and my ex was not home at the time, obviously, and he wouldn't leave. He just said, "I'm not leaving," and he sat down at my dining room table, and he wasn't aggressive, but he just said, "I'm not leaving." And I went to the bathroom, and unbeknownst to me, he had somebody waiting in a car outside. And somehow he got buzzed into the building. Because when I got out of the bathroom, like literally when I opened up the door, I walked down my hallway to the front door, and I looked up, and there were 2 guys standing in my apartment. The guy I had just given a massage to, and this big ass guy I had never seen before, didn't know, and I was like, "Both of you need the fuck out of my apartment right now." And I just knew something was very, very wrong. And I was like, "What the who is this guy?" And I started shaking so bad, because I was like, "Am I about to get murdered? Like, what the hell is happening?" Man. That big guy, he just picked me up like a rag doll. He threw me on my bed that was in like the family room / like common room in the front room of the apartment. And he scared the living shit out of me. But it's not that this event really affects me now. It's just that it's difficult to talk about because I've never brought this story up ever in my entire life until now, and it happened almost 7 years ago, because it was like August of 2013, or September 2013. So yeah, almost 7 years ago. So yeah, that big ass like hulking guy threw me, like, he literally just like picked me up like a rag doll and threw me on my bed. I mean, this guy was huge, and I was like, whatever you guys are gonna do, like take my money, take my wallet, take my car, like here's the keys to my car, just take whatever you want, but I was like, but leave me alone. And he's like, yeah, that's not how this is gonna work. You promised him something and you didn't give it to him, so you gotta pay. And I was like, I'm going to pay. Here's my money, here's my car, here's everything. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm shaking right now. But the guy flipped me over, and God, this image is terrible in my head. I still remember everything. Oh, sorry. But he pulled down my pants, and the guy that I did not give a happy ending to raped me. And that big guy just held me down. There's no way. I mean, there is no way I could fight it. And I didn't try to fight it because fighting it only makes the pain worse. And that was the second time I think I'd ever been raped. But he didn't glove up. And when he finished, he just left, and I just sobbed into my pillow for about an hour straight. Wouldn't use the bathroom. I was bleeding like a motherfucker. Didn't report it. Just got drunker than ever before. Guy blocked me on Grindr, so I don't even remember his name. I didn't remember his name after that. I just kind of lost all sense of everything. But yeah, I chugged a bottle of Absolute vodka, Absolute lemon vodka, or lemonade, like the lemon flavored vodka. I just chugged the entire bottle. I got blacked out drunk. There are so many horrific stories from my past that I have uncovered, but there are also so many that I've buried. And that's one that I buried. because I think that was the only time. I think that was the only time I was raped, and it was a 2-on-1. It was the only time where it wasn't just one person. It's the only time where I literally thought I was going to get killed. Because that guy he was like 6'8", 300 pounds. He was humongous. I thought he was going to kill me. And afterwards, I just wish I had been dead, because it was awful. It was an awful experience. But, 7 years later, I am stronger than I've ever been before. And, last week I made a really gut-wrenching video about how my dating life is shit because of everything that's happened to me. And now you guys know that my total number of people that or guys that I've been raped by is now not 4, it's 5. So I have been raped by 5 different men. And that's painful to say. And I'm not ashamed of it, because it's shaped me into who I am today. But it is really, 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 really difficult to find someone to love me for who I am, because I am damaged in the sense that, I am literally physically damaged. My back end is kind of a mess, and I have had HPV and not sure if I'm gonna, pass it on to someone else. Probably not, but I just can't be 100% sure. And it really, really sucks that drunk Alex, that naive Alex, that take care of everybody else but myself Alex, got into so much trouble. That there was a side of me at some point, that there was a version of me at some point that just had no sense of right. It was just all wrong. Or that wrong was right. And that's scary. And that's a person I never want to go back to being. I'm a much, much, much better person at this point in time. And although I'm missing an organ because of my drinking, albeit it's an organ I don't need, but caused me to gain so much weight that it's so difficult to lose it. And, I scared the shit out of so many friends and lost friends and tried to gain back them, and, haven't lost my best friend, haven't lost my long distance best friend, and, I have gained new friendships, and my coworkers are the best. And, some of my coworkers now know about my YouTube channel, have learned a lot about me, and have learned probably too much about me, but they're like family to me, and I have friends that are like family to me, and my best friend is my brother. I mean, he's my brother in so many ways. And, every time we wish each other happy birthday, it's, happy birthday brother, it's not happy birthday best friend. What's happened to me in my past does not define who I am, but it has shaped me into who I am today. And with that being said, I'm so happy for the person I am today. And I try to live my life now with no regrets. That's all I can say. And with that being said, I'm going to sign off for the day, and tell everybody, see you next week. Keep fighting through everything, and for those of you that are having to live with your abusers, that are stuck in domestic violence situations because of these stay-at-home orders, that are trapped with your sexual abusers that are trapped with just awful parents, siblings, relatives, friends, whatever. Please, 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 please reach out to someone. You can reach out to me if you'd like. I definitely have experience in that area, or in lots of areas. You know, I might not be the best advice giver, but if you need someone to talk to, just reach out. I'll be here. Yes, I am working like 50 hours a week right now, but does not mean that I really don't have a life besides work, besides this YouTube channel. So please, 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 if you need anybody to talk to, reach out to me. I am more than happy to talk. My Snapchat and my Instagram are in the description every single video. And then there's also a link in the description of every video called victimconnect.org. And it's got every hotline in the US that can connect you to any abuse hotline or help hotline to anything that you could possibly need in the US for any situation you might be stuck in. Or if it comes to it and you can't just talk to someone and you need immediate help, call 911 and get help immediately. Don't wait until it's too late. Get yourself the help that you need immediately. You know, don't stop fighting. Don't ever give up. It's not worth giving up. You know, keep fighting. It can be exhausting. It can be debilitating. It can be frustrating beyond your wildest imagination, but it is so worth it. I could say it's so worth it in the end, but there is no end. It goes on forever. But it is so worth it to just keep fighting, because you will find happiness someday. I have found my happiness in just living, because now I'm living a happy life. Albeit it's a lonely life, but it's a happy life. Because you know, every relationship I'm in, something goes screwy. Or every time I try to start a relationship and they learn that I've had HPV, or girls learn that I've been with guys, it just blows up. But you know, I'm optimistic. I'm still an optimistic person. I'm still a happy person, and you know, I still try to look at the bright side of everything. And I'm sorry that my voice is still like monotone and sounding sad. I'm just tired and I'm exhausted because I only got like 4 hours of sleep last night into my day off, which is really deflating. But anyways, everybody have a great weekend coming up. Have a great, well, weekend starting tomorrow. Have a great week coming up next week. I don't know when I'll make my next video because I don't have another day off until like next Friday or something like that, so I'll try to make a video next week sometime in the morning. But everybody have a great weekend coming up. Yep, I'm tired, like I said. But yes, just keep fighting through, keep chugging along. Please don't, you know, abuse yourself in any way. I know I'm kind of a hypocrite because I did do that. But it's now worth it. You know, I killed an organ and I put myself through so many stressors I didn't need to. Yes, it can shape your life into a better one, but I don't recommend it, because it, you know, it can show you your own worst enemy. But I'd rather you not figure that out. I'd rather you just show yourself your best side nonstop. So you know, be your own best you and just keep fighting and keep fighting through. Yes, it'll be exhausting and it'll be the most difficult journey of your life, but it'll be the most rewarding. You know, and like I said, it's not going to be the most rewarding in the end because there is no end. It's going to just keep going. But it'll be the most rewarding going forward. So please, 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 just keep going, keep fighting, just keep going. And you won't regret it. I promise. With that being said, everybody have a great week. Like I've said like 7 times now, and I'll see everybody next week.